Hey y'all, thanks for joining us here at the Wandering Pilgrims for another book review. Today we will be reviewing The Donkey Who Carried a King by R.C. Sproul, so stay tuned. This episode of the Wandering Pilgrims podcast is sponsored by Anchor, the easiest and fastest way to record, edit, and distribute your podcast. We love Anchor and the Anchor app. We've used it from the very beginning. It's so user-friendly, whether you're a beginner or a veteran. It's free to use with tons of editing tools and free music to use, just to name a few things. They also take care of distributing your podcast to all major podcasting platforms like Spotify, Apple, Google, and so many more. So if you're looking to get into podcasting but don't know where to start, download the Anchor app or visit anchor.fm to get started today. Well, when we're recording this one, the Easter season is upon us, and Resurrection Sunday is coming up soon, so it seemed like the perfect time to review our latest find, The Donkey Who Carried a King by R.C. Sproul. This book is a great addition to any library, and a wonderful read, no matter what time of the year it is. But to us, it's absolutely perfect for this time of year. As with all of Pastor Sproul's other children's books we have read, which, by the way, you can find reviews of those on our website in case you're interested. We'll put the link in the description. This story, like those, begins with a child having a question or problem and asking their grandfather about it. In the story, a little boy's having a tough time because he's always picked last for all the games by the other kids. So his grandfather tells him a story to help him with his problem and point him to Christ at the same time. The boy's grandfather tells him the story of a young donkey who was never picked to do anything until one day when he was picked to do something extraordinary, to carry Jesus the King into Jerusalem. Now, I thought the story would come to a conclusion shortly after this, with the donkey being happy he had been chosen, even though it seemed like he had to wait for what seemed like a really long time to him. But now he had been chosen, and he had been chosen for something amazing, so I just figured that would be how the story would go, and that the little donkey would be content. But boy, was I wrong, and I'm glad I was, because Pastor Sproul takes it in another direction. Instead of being content and happy, the donkey became proud and believed he was too good to do any other kind of work for his master. He had carried the king after all. In his mind, he shouldn't be simply carrying straw anymore. But then the donkey saw Jesus carrying his cross, and his heart broke, and the little donkey wanted to help but couldn't. And when he got back to his home, the donkey went and talked to an older donkey who in the story had belonged to Joseph and Mary and Jesus when he was born. The older donkey told him about what Jesus came to do, that though Jesus was and is our King, he was also a servant who was willing to take on and carry the cross the little donkey saw to save his people. When the little donkey hears this, it makes him want to be like Jesus and serve others without complaint. As the story concludes, the grandfather tells the boy that at the beginning the little donkey had never been picked to do anything, but that his grandson was picked to play, even if it was last. He asked his grandson to try to be thankful and content, and to never become prideful if he is given something special to do. And lastly, he pointed him to Christ's example as the story closes. This has quickly become our daughter's new favorite. We have read it several times already. As with all of the other R.C. Sproul children's books, there are some great questions to ask your little one to help them grow in their understanding at the very end of the book. This has become one of my favorite parts of his children's books. They're so helpful. If you're looking for something to read this Easter season, or any time of the year really, to give to your children as a gift, or to someone else as a gift, we highly recommend The Donkey Who Carried a King. And if you're looking for other great kid resources, you can check out our website, where all of our reviews of the other R.C. Sproul books, as well as our kids and adults resources page, are found. You can find those at thewanderingpilgrims.com. We hope this review is helpful to you guys, as well as all of our other resources and reviews, as well as our website. We hope all of it is helpful and edifying to our brothers and sisters in Christ. And we hope that y'all have a wonderful Easter season and a blessed Resurrection Sunday. Until next time, keep wandering, pilgrims.